Our New Orleans excursion.
To get to know the organization called Rethink and to just kind of get to know each other and establish relationship to guarantee that the camp experience for the students would be a smashing success.
To get to know this year's group of Rethinkers, a better sense of who they are and what they hope to get out of the summer camp, and also to get some really good ideas going.
Who's playing computer games here?
Nintendo home console systems.
It's called free chess, game chess.
Okay.
Neopets.
Neopets.
Playing Maple Story.
Can you imagine all these games that were mentioned, but just being more like about social issues or something that is really important to you here in New Orleans? What will it be?
A game about young people finding their voices and changing
The world.
the world.
Speaking about that game, Roller Coaster Tycoon, where you create your own.
Yeah. Roller coaster
And Zoo
tycoon.
Tycoon and all
You
that.
can use the same concept to build an ideal school.
And you're going to use a network that we developed for you because of the issues that are important to you this year, called myhealthlife.org, myhlife.org. It's a network we created just for you.
Online game around school.
And how many of you heard about Wiki?
Ooh.
Wikipedia?
A school cafeteria.
I think it'd be cool just to make a game. I used to like playing games on the computer, and like I really don't do it that much, but when I do, like I guess I never really think about how they're made, and so like thinking about how they're made, like actually being able to make them, so that's what
Well, I mean, just seeing the schools and just seeing how different they were, it just made me kind of mad because I was like, how can these schools be so nice? And I mean, it was just weird that they're so different. I mean, here we just don't have everything for all the students. We don't have all books, and like we don't even have lockers. And I just got ideas of what a nice school can be, being at a school where you actually like want to go to school, because that's how it was for me in New York.
What's in this classroom is a group of New Orleans youth who all evacuated. Most of them lost their houses. And what I think a lot of people don't understand is that for families that had children who were in the hurricane, that they were forced to stay out of New Orleans for at least 6 months, if not a year, because all of the schools were closed down here. So almost everybody was gone for an entire year. And that was, you can imagine, pretty traumatic. But the sort of silver lining was that our rethinkers came back and they had actually had the experience of going to good schools. So when they came back, they had a comparison between the horrible schools they had been in New Orleans and the much better schools that most of them went to in Texas or Alabama or Boston.
What I want you to think about is something in schools that give you hope now. Maybe it's one tiny little thing, but if 100 of us were doing it or 100 schools were doing it, it would really make big change.
Do community building with the children.
And you're going to tell a story, and your story is going to be about an experience you had, any experience in the world, either in the lunchroom at school or with school security or lack of security. So any story that you have, and it may be someone else's story, but if you can make it your own, that would be great. Like if it's your own story you're sharing, that would be better. But if you feel like it has to either be something that happened in the school cafeteria, like an experience that happened in your lunchroom, or an experience with school security, or an experience on your campus around safety or lack of safety on your campus. Does that make sense? Yeah. Any story in the world, but it has to have some kind of relationship or connection to either your school cafeteria.
We have black people in B&B. Mystery meat and fries.
We have a beautiful fresh garden salad with ranch dressing, and we have applesauce, and we have a fresh turkey sandwich on a sub roll, and some water.
Get your food.
Hey man, what are you doing?
I'm trying to break it up.
Alright. We envision our master.
Have you ever wondered what is in that mystery meats? Or are you tired of those same old nasty frozen sandwiches?
Watching TV.
Possible to let us get fruits and vegetables directly from farmers in Louisiana.
Watching TV.
Join
reading! Call the number 1-800-525-1600.
Cooked meat. So we're the board and we're sitting in the atrium discussing this wonderful project that we have just funded.
And to think that the kids came up with all this themselves, their appreciation for diversity and having all these different food stations, it's amazing. It looks like a college.
It looks like even a caveman could do this.
Oh, God. Oh, well, they do have fire.
Cafe Refresh, where you eat fresh. We don't eat raw meat, we eat the best. Apples, bananas, and carrots too. We don't eat mystery meat in our stew. Lounges, couches, and TVs. Composting is what we need. Give us options, let us speak. Healthy foods we want to eat. Yeah.
Because we want to make the experience a better one. We want to make the school cafeteria, not just the food, but the experience in a school cafeteria better. Experience. How does it affect how I learn in my school? How does it affect how I'm treated in my school? And since you all are the experts on schools, you are just the people to change those experiences.
Our foundation in New York is really out to help teens and youth like you to be creative and to be innovative about their messages, and whatever the issue is that you want to be heard about, that you want people to pay attention to you, the best way to grab attention is to be creative. And our experiences show that one really great way to grab people's attention and to really get them to listen to you is by making a game.
Give us options, let us speak. Healthy foods we want to eat.